Hey guys, it's Maisie and welcome back to another video. So for today's video I thought that I should do the whole show me a picture of trend. It's been going around Instagram, everyone's been doing it on YouTube, so I thought why not, it'll be a fun video, it'll get you all involved, and some of the ones that I've received have been quite funny actually. So I suppose if you want to see me expose myself once more on this channel, we should get in to the video. First question says show me a picture of you and me. So this was from Archie. And I'm going to put all the photos on the screen here. This is the photo that Archie wanted me to show of us, because this is like one of the only decent photos that we have of each other over the past year. Because of lockdown and COVID and everything, we haven't been able to see each other a lot because of where we both live in completely different towns, like completely, like even different counties, like that type of different town. So we haven't seen each other a lot this year, where usually we spend like every second of every freaking day together. So it's been really weird and it's been really hard. So I do miss you, Arch, and I love you a lot. Next one says you on holiday. I've chosen two photos for this one, mainly because I wanted to show you why I was on this trip and just also what I look like. So the first one is what I looked like. I think I look a lot different. Like, do you not think I look a lot different right now? Like, I had a bit of a glow up, and I'm quite proud of that. I hold my hands up on that one. This was when I went to Barcelona in 2018. That was like, what, 3 years ago now? Yeah, that was 3 years ago. Just 3 years ago. It does quite literally still feel like literally yesterday. And this photo which is on screen right now is the reason that we were all there. As you all know, I used to go to PQA, which is an acting and performing academy, and I used to go on the weekends, and you've seen all of them on my channel like so many times, because going back like even like 2-3 years ago, they were like the only people I would hang around with. Like, we were so close. We were literally like a family. And to be fair, we still are. I'm still really close with them all, so that's quite cute. I guess a bond like that never fades, especially when you've grown up together and been through a lot of stuff together all them years. But we basically went to do a competition. We had to do like a performance and a competition and get judged, and we had to meet like loads of other different like teams and stuff, like Stagecoach and all that sort of shebang. We had to like acting, dancing, singing. It was a really good trip. I loved every second of it. Barcelona was the last holiday I've actually been on, and that was like 3 years ago. That's a long time. I need to go on holiday. Next one says you on a night out. I think this is one of my favourite photos of me on a night out. This night out was my second ever night out. Bearing in mind, yes, but a gal's got to do what a gal's got to do. I'm quite glad that I did it, for the pure fact that we went into lockdown in March, and this photo was actually taken the weekend before everything closed. So this was on the Saturday, as we got announced that we were going into lockdown on the Wednesday, and like it was crazy. Like, I'm quite glad that I managed to go to the club just before lockdown happened, because I haven't been since. That makes me quite sad. I miss it. It was also the first night that I ever did a singing gig in a pub, so it was quite a memorable night. I think it's one of them that will definitely stick with me forever, which is why I chose this night out as my photo to portray to you all right now. Next one is me at my happiest. I think we all knew that when it came to this, I was going to show you a picture of me and my best mates. Like, the amount of love I have for this group of people is surreal. And actually surreal, like out of the world. I'm so glad I've met every single one of them, and they've changed my life so dramatically. Like, I actually miss us all being out on a Friday night and going for our curry nights. Like, oh, what I'd do right now for lockdown to be over so we can all just go out and have a good time. Because at the moment, we're doing Zoom quizzes on a Friday night, and it just is not the same. They're amazing, but they're not the same. Someone wants to show me a picture of my favourite shoes. I was toying between this. I didn't know whether to go with my Doc Martens or my Alexander McQueen, so I guess just have both of them. My Doc Martens, I wanted them ever since I was a little girl. I was a very tomboy when I was younger. I was a little like, I want to be a skater girl type of girl. I was one of them. Let me play Bratz Dolls and Thomas the Tank Engine. Like, quirky, I know. I was always into like big, heavy, clunky boots and stuff like that. Anything bold coloured, clunky basically. Anything awful, I would wear it. And for Easter back in, I'd always wanted the boot ones, which is what I've got, but I wanted them in the electric blue, the patent electric blue. I'd wanted them ever since I've known about the boot. And I finally decided I'll get the black, be a bit more, you know, laid back about it so it goes with outfits. And I got it as an Easter present from my parents back in 2018. And I must say it was probably one of the best Easter presents I think I've ever received. Like, I cried when I opened them because I'd wanted them for that long, and I wear them all the time. Like, you will always see me in my Doc Martens. Like, everybody in this town knows me as, oh, that's Maisie who wears a red North Face coat with her Doc Martens with her Tommy Hilfiger clothes. That is quite literally what I'm quite known as where I live. So that's what I hold on to. Plus my Alexander McQueens, oh, they hold a very special place in my heart, just for the reason of why I brought them and how I brought them. If you know, you know, but I'm not going to go into the detail. Next is my favourite PQA memory. I'm going to put two up here, just because they join top first place for me. The first one is us at one of our West End shows. So whilst I was at PQA, I did 3 West End shows. I did Fright Night, which was the first one back in like 2012, and then about 2014 I did Lazy Ace, and then 2018 it was Troubles Are Brewing. Yeah, it was Troubles Are Brewing. So this photo on the screen here is from when we did Troubles Are Brewing back in 2018. It was the last West End show I did with PQA, because obviously I already knew at that point that I was going to be leaving like a few months afterwards, so that would be my last one with them. And I got one of the lead roles and I was very happy about it. I got to play a character called Justine Bieber. Yes, and it was a spin-off of Justin Bieber, and I am one of the biggest Justin Bieber's fans out there, which is why one of the reasons they gave me the role, because I'd have flipped if I didn't really. But the pink outfit didn't really go for me, and neither did the blonde wig. Yeah, we figured out very quickly that I will never dye my hair blonde due to that show. I can still remember all the songs, all the choreography to this day. Like, it will be one of them shows I never ever forget. And plus I did vlog it, like behind the scenes and everything, if I was in the dressing room, just because I wanted to remember it, because it was my last one, and I was like, I'm probably never gonna be able to do this again in my lifetime, so I'm just gonna film it for the memories. And it is on my channel, so I'll link it in the description below if you want to go watch it. But it's one of the memories I'll always hold very close to my heart. The next one is me and my group at my last ever cabaret. This was probably one of the most emotional days I think I've ever had at PQA, like ever. It was the day that I left. It was about March time, either March or May time in 2019. It was just such an emotional time. Like, to think I've been gone like 2 or 3 years now is so... I've been gone 2 years, like, that's crazy to think. Like, it's gone so quickly. Like, I miss them all so much. I still find it weird waking up on a Saturday morning and not being in Evesham at 10 o'clock ready to do like a workshop and sing and dance and act, like, and stand there and read a monologue. Like, to me it's still really, really weird, because I've done it for the whole of my life, literally since I was like 7 or 8 years old up until I was like 16. That's what I did. Like, that was like nearly 10 years of my life. Like, it's just crazy. It is just crazy. I remember the song I sang for this cabaret because it was a very special one. I did a speech at the end to say my goodbyes, and I got really emotional, and everyone got really emotional. The teachers got really emotional, the kids got emotional, and everyone was basically crying in the auditorium. And the song I sang was Satisfied from Hamilton, because we got to choose our songs about like what we wanted to sing about and what meant like to us. So I sang Satisfied because I was going through so much at that time in my life. I was going through such a bad place, and I felt like no matter what I did or who I was with or what I was doing in my life, I was never going to be satisfied. I was always going to be satisfying other people, which is basically what that song's about, which is why I sang it, and I nearly started crying for it. And it was the best song, best solo I've ever done, like hands down, especially because it's like very belty and it's got rapping in it. So like, sorry, but it's a bomb of a song. Next is A View and Your Pets. So I have a rabbit right now. Oh god, how long have I had Coco? I couldn't tell you what type of rabbit it is. I really couldn't. I adopted it from Pets at Home back in about 2014, 2015, because I just wanted a rabbit, and it was one of them where I had to adopt it for £10, and if I didn't adopt it like that day, it was gonna go, you know, so I didn't want that. I didn't want it. My auntie told me about it because I was looking for a rabbit, just because I wanted a rabbit. My auntie told me about it. My cousin then took me there and brought it me. I came back home with my mum and my aunt and my cousin with a rabbit, and my dad was like, I don't think I have a place for a rabbit, but I'm okay. So that's how that one happened. And then I also had a dog. I got him for my birthday. He was called Scooter. As you can see, he's so cute. He was a Westie cross with a Jack Russell, cross with a Lhasa Apso, cross with a Shih Tzu. It was a little mongrel. It was a bit all over the place, the poor boy. It was called Scooter, and basically I'm a big Justin Bieber fan, so I named him after Scooter Braun, which is his manager, and my dad loves riding scooters like Vespers and Lambretta and stuff, so obviously it just fitted really well to call him Scooter. And sadly, when did I get him? I think I feel like it might have been my 13th birthday I got him. It was about sort of like 2011, 2012 time, so it would have been about my like 12th or 13th. For my birthday, which was so cute. And sadly, we only had him 4 years because we had to have him put down due to like a really, I'm not going to go into it because it makes me really emotional, but it's like a really sad story and a really sad reason. It was actually quite tragic and traumatizing. It took me a while to get over it, but forever in our hearts, Scooter, forever in our hearts. And he was one of the most loveliest dogs I think I've ever seen, ever known. I do want to get another dog. I just find it a bit hard to replace him. It's one of them, and I just don't know if I could go for the heartbreak of losing another dog again, because it's literally like losing a person, and if you've lost a dog, you know what it feels like, and it ain't good. Next one is a picture of me doing what I love. So here's me singing on the stage at school. This is one of the last performances that I did at school. It was for my mock exam from one of my music A-levels, and I sang Ghost of You by 5 Seconds of Summer because I love that song so much, and I worked so hard on it, like so hard you don't even understand. Like, I was working day and night for this song to be perfect, and I was so proud of it. My teachers were so proud of it. They're like, we've never known you to sing that well before, and I was like, I don't know what's gotten into me, but it just works. Like, it was just one of my best performances I've given, and I was really proud of myself for it. It was one of the last performances I've done at school because of lockdown and other unfortunate reasons, but I'm glad that it was a good song, and it was my best performance that I went out on. Like, that's something I'm glad about. And then last but not least, show me a picture of you at prom. Here's me at prom. I hate the dress. I hate it. Now I do. Back then, loved it. To be fair, still wear it now, but you get my point. I don't hate the dress. I just wish that I went for something a little bit more fitted. I'd always had this dream that I'd go to prom in like a massive ball gown, like, oh, being like a princess with tiara on the head and everything. So Maisie was like, this dream's coming true, and I don't care what anyone says, what anyone thinks, it's happening. I did try on multiple like dresses that are fitted because I'd lost a lot of weight at this point. So I tried on a lot of dresses that was fitted and lovely, and I just weren't really vibing with them. I did buy another dress before this dress. It was made out of sequins. The whole thing was made out of sequins. It had one thick strap, had big silver gems all over the top of it, and it was so long at the back. The train was long and it was so heavy. I fell in love with it. I loved it so much. Like, if I could go back and choose my dress for prom, I would go back to choosing that dress rather than the one I went in. But I mean, it is what it is. I just had to get out of my system and wear a big dress, really. found this one online and taking the other one back to the boutique I got it from. I was like, you can have it back, I don't want it. Like, that's not for me, no thanks. This one online for like half the price. It was quite cheap for a prom dress, and I lived my life in it because it was a corset, so you had to like, it was a corset back, gems, black. As you could tell, of course I was going to go in a black dress. I was like, I'm not going in anything other than a black dress because black is my colour. Shoes were black, that was black, my eyeshadow was smoky eye black. I was just living my life really. Like, I even bought myself my own corsage because I wanted to have a corsage like they did in High School Musical, but I didn't have a date and I didn't want a date, so you know, do it yourself ladies, that's what I always say. I do think that some of my photos from prom do look quite nice, like the one on the screen right now, but I do sort of wish that I wore a fitted dress, but at the same time I do like that dress and I'm glad that it's out my system, so now I don't ever have to wear a dress like that again. Yay. I really hope that you have enjoyed today's video and it's given you a little bit of an insight into my life a little bit more and my past, as I suppose that's what this video is all about. If you liked it, please make sure you smash the thumbs up button. Comment down below any of the videos you want to see me do. Please, 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 please make sure you subscribe to my channel, as it will help me out massively if you haven't already. You follow all my social media, which will be on screen at the end, and I'll see you guys in another video. Bye.